So it's kind of crazy that no one has been talking about this yet, but it's also really fitting both for Virgo season and that I'm here going to talk to you about it now. So if you didn't know, we are about to enter the 999 portal. So the peak of this is September 9th, of course, and it's also very important this year because we're in a number 9 year numerologically. And now, before anyone kind of poo poos their way out of numerology, just be aware of how unique the number 9 is. It's the only number that participates in its type of self similarity, which is meaning that it's the only truly kind of like fractal integer. And this has an actual mathematical designation, like there's a legitimately mathematical definition of what this is. You can take 9 to the power of any any integer and it's still going to resolve back to 9. And if you look just at the integer itself, what do you have? There's already self-similarity within it. You've got this triad of threes. You look at 9 times 3, 27, right? Which is when our window opens. 2 plus 7 is 9. You can take 9 to the power of 3, and then you've got 729. So you add those up, you've got a 2 plus 7 and another 9. You've got an 18. 1 plus 8, it's 9. You can do this for each power that you want. And of course, 9 squared is 9 times 9. You've got 81. It's the same thing. 8 plus 1 is 9. And now what this represents, this actually links in very well to Virgo season. So I just wanted to suggest to you also some of the esoteric underpinnings of Virgo season, because Virgo is actually a highly mystical sign, just like Capricorn actually, and these are really overlooked. So in these signs in particular, there's a lot of internal alchemy happening. And Virgo, obviously, partly for the place in the year, but is often linked with the idea of the harvest. Now, what that actually is referring to here in this case with the 999 portal is a kind of literal karmic recollection, right? So going through what you've collected through various life cycles, through soul cycles, and literally harvesting the so-called wheat from the so-called chaff. And so what I'm doing, and I wanted to invite you guys into this, so drop a comment if you'd like to join me, but as part of a way to really take advantage of this cycle and the energies of this portal, I'm going to do like a 9-day type of like clearing an abundance challenge where you can actually organize this whatever way works for you, like on your own schedule, between anywhere between like the 27th and the 9th. But basically, this is about a kind of like you can structure this in triads, right? So 3 days for like clearing out the chaff, 3 days for collecting the actual wheat, and 3 days for really like planting new seeds, which is going to be in the form of like focused, aligned action. What I'm recommending here for this challenge is to focus on the symbological level of whatever kinds of like physical collections you have, literally like which physical items you have collected, and with special regard to their symbolic significance for you, because there's always like additional kinds of allegorical layers to the physical objects that we keep in our possession. It's not solely utilitarian, and this is really like the level of alchemy that this season works really well on. And now bringing it into the framework of the self-similarity and the fractal properties of number 9, what we're doing here is literally making symbolic upgrades to the formations of matter and energy that we have made so-called contracts with, which is what's happening when we're holding on to something, literally, metaphorically. And so you can structure this whatever way works for you in your schedule, but this is going to be about releasing physical items that have this kind of allegorical connection to karmic threads and life memories and soul memories that are not really yours, but that you just picked up along the way, or they were implanted, or They are just part of the social conditioning that you've received. And so, whatever 9 day window you work with, you can structure this however you want. Maybe it's 27 items total, like you take 1 day for all of this, or you could work over 9 days and structure it into triads, which is what I'm going to be doing. And or you could take like 3 days and release 9 items a day, or whatever it is that you need to do symbologically to represent the type of alchemy that you are trying to instantiate. So this is all about the upgrade, letting go of one object in order to receive its upgraded version. And this is not, of course, just on the objective level, but again, this is working symbologically. So I invite you to play around with these ideas and see what this can represent for you in your life. And now here's the really deeper layer and really cool and a lot more complicated to talk about. But basically, we're going to be manifesting clearer and more potent and more energetic timelines based on our ability to clear out the past ones. So, what we're literally going to be doing is upgrading our memory. Now, memory is an interesting thing, it's highly under theorized, even still. But this is literally, we talk about the stream of consciousness, right? So, there's a reason that the ancient Greek Muses descended from Mnemosyne, who represented the river of memory. And in ancient Greece, this also represented, if you could cross the river of memory, you would no longer be sucked into the same cycle of the transmigration of souls, the same karmic cycle. So there's power in really tapping into this river of memory. Now, what is memory? It's deep experience. It's the ability to link your deep experience, your authentic experience, with your receptivity, and which is, what we're talking about when we're talking about intuition. So what this is about is clearing our own stream of consciousness, our own river of memory from the debris that has been dropped into it, that it has picked up on its path, and really carving out its own authentic shape. But that might be all I'll say about that for now, because this is where it gets highly mystical and highly complex, because this is where it links in with our experience of time, projections of time, and so this is where it opens into other dimensions beyond three-dimensional experience. And this is also the deeper aspects of the 999 portal, because it represents the end of a cycle, the end of certain karmic threads, and really kind of I see this as kind of a karmic wormhole. It's really this jumping off point where you can really move these threads of memory into a new dimension for yourself. So I'm going to say more about this, but do subscribe to my channel here so you can get notified. And also you can follow me on Instagram. It's the same name, except there's a dot, so it's alignedself.review. And I'm going to be posting more about the 999 portal there. So I'd love to see you join me, and I'd love to see you join me in this challenge. So drop a comment below if you'd like to, and yeah, give me a follow. Check out some of the shorts that I've just posted too for more details on this. And yeah, I'll be back and we'll talk soon.